During their search Thursday, volunteers found several cars at Murray and Two Rivers Park, including one that matched a similar description to a missing persons case in Little Rock. While no confirmation of a match just yet, the crews are continuing their efforts.
The real reason why we ended up in Little Rock to begin with, I think I have the car right here.
Day 3, Little Rock, Arkansas. So far, we're searching for 8 people. In 2 days, we've found 11 cars, none of which belong to any of the people that we're looking for. However, we are hot on the trail of some leads where human remains were found, and today, that's exactly where we're going to be targeting our search area.
I like that we're not facing the winds that we had yesterday. The weather's supposed to be better. Off the rock rain from 2 days ago. We started early, gonna be a long day on the water. Let's do something good for the world today. Doug, you ended up just on the tree is where you dove on that second car yesterday.
Right.
We're coming up to where I left off my search. The waves just got too big, and I had some type of a target right over here as the rock started, and then we still have that other target that Jacob was interested in, probably a good 400 yards down from here still before we even get to the dam.
So we're getting into the target area where the cold case detectives mentioned that where the human remains were found. And we're not talking about complete human remains, just a part of the body. So this piece of the body was found a year later than when these girls actually went missing. So, I mean, typically when a body goes missing, if it's loose, once you don't find it after one of the 2 float cycles, you're not going to find it. So a year later, a body being in here, there's no reason for the leg to be up on shore. From what I've learned with dealing with all this, is unless it came out of a car, and there's a car connected to the disappearance of these 2 young women. So are we talking about a ship, a barge that ran into the car, opened it up a year later? I think that's what we're working with. So when we get down here closer to the dam, the detectives think that the leg came from right above the dam because it was found downstream right below the dam. So we're in a very extremely hot area as far as that particular case is concerned, and we have 6 other cases too as well. So I mean, we've so far out of 2 days we found 11 cars, and none of them are connected to any of these. There's a lot more water left to go.
All right, so that target from yesterday turns out to be a tree. The way that I was like rocking yesterday.
Okay.
Like he was coming up a lot different yesterday. So that one rules that out. And if you did not watch yesterday's episode, what we've identified is, although this is now a river trail system here throughout Little Rock, this used to actually be a main road, so a 2-lane road with pull-offs, parking lots. We were actually parked up there yesterday, and so back, years ago, there was a highly likelihood of vehicles coming in. We know that because we found 2 vehicles that we dove on yesterday. One was a 1980s model farm truck, and the other one was a 1970s that the tags had expired in 1977.
see that the side of the road is right on the other side of that fence. And you can see the guardrail right there. So, I mean, it's really feasible that when that was accessible here, you know, cars can come in all along this road, and it runs all the way down there, all the way upstream to where we first launched. And supposedly, what we heard, or what I gathered, is after they found those human remains right off the bank of this road, they decided to shut that down. And now it's a running trail, a biking trail.
And for clarity, the human remains were not found on the up dam side where we're currently at. They were found just on the other side, down from the dam, 200 yards or so.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that we're covering anything from upstream if the human remains may have floated down through the dam, through the locks, and stayed on this side of the river. So that's why we have such a heavy focus up here right now, because of the likelihood of the vehicle being in up here.
So what do you think the percentages are that the car has ended up in the lock?
I think it's very unlikely, because the lock is going to have more of a as they open up and they push the water out. I just don't see it, because we also know what do we also know about cars? We know that when cars go in, they settle and they stay even with big floods.
So what do you think the percentages would be? So if a ship or a barge might have hit it, which I don't see why a ship would be over here.
It's not going to be over here.
Yeah.
Because we also know that when vehicles go in a river, they're usually no more than 35, 45 feet out.
Right. I know when we were working with the case up there in the Dalles, there was a lot of speculation on did a barge pick it up and take it down the river? Or,
that was with the crane, but what we don't have in this river is it's not like the Columbia River where they're coming over to the edge, they're anchoring and they're waiting to be offloaded. You have barges that are just simply moving through the channel.
And the channel's way out there. I mean, you can see the buoy marker here. I mean, those ships shouldn't be anywhere on the inside of that marker.
Yep.
And I mean, no car is going to make it from here, 200 yards out there. That's impossible. Impossible. And especially in this river. I'm pretty confident that if the car went in up here or downstream right there, we're going to find it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've found those. Everything that we've found, it's been buried, but it's exposed.
You figure the 80s model, so that's been there for 20, 40 years.
Yep.
The 70s one has been there for 40 to 45 years.
Right, yeah. And even all the 6 cars that we found over there at Murray, even though we found all 6 of those cars and they were buried in from that flood of the century they had here in 2019, they were still exposed. We could still detect them that they were there. In some of these cases, we're looking at, I think, 7 years old is the freshest, which are the main case here is the one where the 2 women are missing together with the same vehicle. They're actually childhood friends too. Pretty sad story.
Alright, so we got something here. Look right here. This is what I was questioning yesterday as I was over here.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's off to the right a little bit.
Absolutely. Right in line with where the other 2 cars we found yesterday. Like, they weren't 25 feet off the shore.
Yeah.
Right there by that big boulder with a bigger rock.
I think it's a rock. It doesn't appear to be long enough.
Oh no, yeah, it definitely looks like a rock. At first it didn't, though.
Further down.
So we're right now where we are at where you left off yesterday.
Yes.
So this is prime.
And I couldn't even tell because my sonar from yesterday was so.
Yeah, you were telling me it was all grainy and. Oh, it's getting shallow, huh?
We keep having things like this where it comes up and then it goes down. This has been normal throughout this entire run down here.
You gotta develop an eye for it, and then you also gotta develop, you gotta understand different characteristics. And when you're scanning things, you gotta look for different formations. Is it a rock? Are there other things near it that dictate, hey, there's a lot of these here, or
is there a pattern?
Is there a pattern to it? And then you got to use your different, you got to use your different references here. If you're questioning it, you get it on live scope. And if you're still questioning it and you're not sure, which sometimes we're not sure, what's the next step? You put a magnet on it. And if you think it's a car and you're questioning if it's a car or not, and you've used all 3 of these and you put a magnet on it and it sticks, guess what? 9 times out of 10, it's a car. So I mean, it's kind of literally a foolproof way of scanning. You just got to understand the different characteristics of what you're trying to look for.
Now we'll run below this towards the dam. We'll cover the other side of the river. The other 2 boat
And also look where the guardrail stops right there. Yeah. So for the rest of this on down, there's no guardrail.
Over here, there's not?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Come down to the end of this little dark little road here, and I can see why they shut it off. The road there's no reason for the road to come back here other than a very secluded, up to no good dump area. And when something goes wrong and you give this city an excuse to shut something down, they're gonna shut it down. I'm sure they found that human remain and was like, hey, this just doesn't make any sense for us to keep this open down here. I'm guessing there's a car over here.
Why are we getting into this? This is exactly what I had yesterday. And look, we're in completely smooth water.
Yeah.
My sonar's going out. This is ridiculous. Like, why am I running into this issue?
And if the road continue right here on the other side of this?
Yeah, no, so this would have been like a drive off. So the road is a lot further up. See where the street lights are at up there?
Yeah.
That's where the road's at.
Okay.
You got the locks through it. And yeah, we're in 16 feet of water.
60?
16.
Oh.
1-6. That clears everything above the dam on this side. Alright, so where does that take us from here? I know that we want to get down on the other side.
And that's
because that's where the leg was at.
That's what I want.
But so, I mean, so where do we go? I mean, right now the boat's in the water.
I mean, that's the only smoking gun that we have.
Do we want to stay on this focus on this side then?
Yeah.
Or do we want to go check the other side where the other boat ramps are? I don't think a boat is getting from that side of the river.
No, not at all.
Over here.
Not at all. I would say, I mean, obviously nothing's impossible. But I would say it's impossible. Absolutely. Because
and
bones don't float. Bones don't float like that, you know? Something got knocked loose or dragged by an animal, you know?
If by chance you did not watch the previous 2 episodes of our time here in Little Rock, we want to bring you up to speed as to the main case that we're currently focusing in on. We're calling this our smoking gun because there was a leg bone that was found a year after these 2 young women went missing. The 2 young women, we have Terkessa, Wallace, as well as Shequenia Burnett. They were in a 2009 white Toyota Corolla. Both of the girls are missing, as well as that Toyota Corolla.
I know your thoughts are, we're here, we're in the water, let's shoot over there, let's check it out.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Those are my thoughts on that one. But again, coming back to our current smoking gun, let's solve this one and then start focusing back on those other cases that we're in town for.
Right, yeah, 'cause, I mean, even if we go over there right now, yes, there's other cases here, but we have a smoking gun. Every time we've had a smoking gun, that one main search factor, we've solved the case. We had Sadie, we've had cell phone pings, we were able to find somebody. Now, well, we have a leg bone. That leg bone was found. It's gonna, I believe the vehicle's gonna be in the proximity of where that leg bone was found. And it could have been right here, right above the dam, because the leg bone was found right below the dam.
We're still missing a car, though.
We're still missing a car. So I believe the 2 young women were in the car. Something happened to the car. Somehow, you know, due to animals, wildlife, you know, the leg got separated, the leg was found. You know, because you're not gonna find a leg bone in a river a year later. It's never gonna leave the bottom a year later. You know, it will float immediately after someone goes under, but once somebody goes under and those float cycles are done, where they rest, that's where they're going to be.
Right. So let's talk about the map and the locations here. So we're currently right here, right above the dam, with the leg bone that was found right down here, just off of this point right about here is where the leg bone was found, in this area, according to the cold case investigator yesterday. So then, by chance, you know, you have this road here. Did a vehicle end up past the parking lot and get dumped here? Did it get dumped here and you had a back eddy that may have been, you know, brought it back up? I don't have those answers. You know, by chance is a vehicle here, and then as you mentioned, did an animal grab the bone, bring it up further on shore? We don't have those answers. We don't know.
Yeah.
What we continue to find out as we do this longer also is kind of expect the unexpected. We continue to learn new things like, why did that get in that location? So as much as I don't want to pull out of the water here because we have so much more on the upper dam side of it, let's go ahead and pull out. It's going to only take us 15-20 minutes to move to the lower side of this dam, put the boat back in, and let's make sure that we finish covering that side of this side of the river, downriver, or of the dam. The other thing for us to consider though, bodies float. So now we need to think about what if the car is further upstream and then, you know, we have those two float cycles. So what if the body did come out of the vehicle and ended up floating? Because I mean, bodies can go for, you know, a couple hundred yards. They go for, you know, 100 miles.
Right. Only at first though.
Only at first.
Like in the first month. After that first month is done.
Yeah.
The body's never going to float again.
100%. So I think that while we still are on the side of it, we do have another, we have a couple of other boat ramps that are nearby in the Wallace River. Even that, we got to pull the boat out. So let's pull the boat out and then run around to one of those other boat ramps.
I agree.
Upriver?
I mean,
we're looking for the car.
Yeah.
Or we can go downriver. Let's knock that one out.
Yeah, let's knock. Because regardless of where we go, we're going to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
I think if we get the lower side out and rule that out, then 100%. Let's go up as far as we can go on this side and in the other side too. You know.
All right. Game plan established. Let's go knock it out.
A day after making a major discovery in Polk County, Douglas Bishop and the rest of his crew at Adventures with Purpose are hard at work on another search in Arkansas. During their search Thursday, volunteers found several cars at Murray and Two Rivers Park, including one that matched a similar description to a missing persons case in Little Rock. While no confirmation of a match just yet, the crews are continuing their efforts.
There was the little part of the roadway, that park coming in just now.
Yep.
I thought that entire park had a fence along all of it. Like it's a newer fence, but not all of it. There's a parking lot right up above.
Yep. Especially closer down at the end of it towards the dam. It's wide open. There's just a little bit of rocks right there. That's it.
Alright, so we're actually based on that. Yeah, we should probably be scanning right here. Because look, it's just right there. Like we're this close already.
It could have floated down.
Yeah. Based upon that and the current.
Yeah. It's possible.
See some cars parked up there. You know what? That's actually a farther span than I thought it was going to be. That's actually not right up next to the river.
Further down it is.
No, there's the car that I actually spotted when we just passed it. So yeah, I think you would get hung up on these rocks right here, coming over them. So our big area of interest though is up there at the locks that we're heading up to right now. Got the middle island. The ramp's over on the other side too.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm really feeling drawn to the other side over there.
To the north side?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go check it out.
I think because we so easily rode it off coming across the river, I think for some reason we shouldn't have written it off so easily. Not that we have, we're going to check it anyway, but just mentally there's something saying, hey, no, you're wrong, we need to be over there.
So while our big focus today, is on the girls and that leg bone, we still have to come back to the, Cheryl Denise Cottrell. Is the real reason why we ended up in Little Rock to begin with. I think I have the car right here. I'll double check it. No, it's not. Is that her last words was, for her husband. look for me in the river.
Yeah.
Like, she's somewhere here. If anything, she's somewhere here. And we've reached out to Cheryl and her family. Not gotten any of them to respond to us, because if we had like any idea, the family usually gives us the clue. Like, yes, this is the park that she loved going to with the family. We always had family reunions here. We always had barbecues here. If we had those types of clues, it would, I feel like it would get us closer faster to where she may be. Easy read on the bottom though. We got logs are down there, nothing's getting hung up.
From satellite view, it just looks like the parking lot's right there, a straight field, and then boom.
Yeah. No, I do have a vehicle here. Look at that. And this hillside, because it drops off so fast, it goes from 15 to 30 so fast, it's hard to get a good read on it.
So you gotta be right over it.
Yeah. So let's identify where it's at. Over here.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that that's a car. From the way you just showed up was way too long.
Well, that's because I'm going really slow. Remember, I gotta be going at 2.5 miles an hour right here. So I'm coming up on it here. No, it's a log. Look at that. At that angle. Banks like this are really difficult when they drop off from 10 to 15 and they go like straight to 30 to 40 feet.
All right, you got to be right on top of it. It's trying to side scan from the outside in. It's going to hide it because it's not going to cast the correct shadow, right?
Yep.
All right. This little wooden railing right up here stops. Stop right there.
And then we have another one, another part further to the west here towards the dam as well. Same thing with that one. The railing stops on that one as well. I still don't think they're getting over the rocks here. I think there's way too many rocks on this little jetty.
I know, it's a long shot.
Yep, just rocks. Get shallower as we get up to the rocks. And we're 3 feet now. So definitely not a car there. Come back out.
Go back over here.
You got something? Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely not old enough for what we're looking for.
Yeah.
It just looked awkward. Yeah.
Looks like a fish.
Yeah.
Fish gill.
Yeah. It just looked awkward. Like it almost looked like the top of the jaw bracket. The way I saw it.
7 feet still. Yeah, something over there. I don't think it's a vehicle, but we'll go back over it. Right over there. Got trees right there. And it's 3 feet. So let's come check out this little item over here. It's along the wall. Next 20 feet or so is where it should be at. Yeah, it's only 1.5 feet tall. Actually, it's fish. Bait fish is what it is. Just the way it's shining on there. Or a pipe going in. You know what it could be is a pipe coming out. Right there.
There's a sign up there that warns for a sudden rise in water level right here.
Right.
So something has to come out.
So, no, it is look like this. 1, 2, 3. It's a barrel. Yeah, a barrel all day long right there. We actually have tires out here. lake right here, right behind it. Yeah, something right there. It's not a car. I was turning when I hit that, so that could be a false reading. So go back up. No way. Do we have a car right here? We go a regular speed over it.
That?
Yep. And remember, I'm going backwards.
Okay.
So let me go straight. I'm going to move over 30 feet. And we're going to go straight. Right over it. Holy frick.
Oh.
You have 2 cars here. Do you have 2 cars? No freaking way.
That's definitely really suspicious. How did a car get out? Yeah, I guess it could have floated, yeah. Come down that hill.
This is something we gotta...
Oh yeah,
Well, let's verify it's a car.
They shut this entire area down and...
Look at it, look right here, coming up on my scope. What is that? That's not a car.
Oh, yes.
That's not a car.
Nope.
Nope. 100% not a car.
Yeah, we might have had to wait till Monday to dive on that. That'd have been crazy.
Now on the north side of the river. Murray Park, where we put in, is over there. The dam is to the west. We're on the north. And this red dot right here is where Jacob found a vehicle over here. So we're expecting to verify that. We also have a fishing pier here. And we also have a parking lot right up here at the end of the road. So I would expect there would actually be more cars right here, in my opinion. But we also have the old road that goes right along here. So we're gonna look for more cars here along the Old River Trail. And then Jacob never did make it into this lake here. So we want to figure out how we can just drag the boat into there, because there's also a boat ramp there and a whole bunch of access to drop vehicles into there. So we want to check that as well. So north side is all new territory for us, Doug.
Yep.
Let's see what we can find. So I just went over the car that Jacob found, so right off this road. We're coming over it. About 30 seconds here. There it is right there. So that's the one they dove on yesterday, right here.
Yep.
So that one saves us time knowing if we find anything after this. Nothing after this that we know of has been spotted now. So about 100 yards down where Jacob found that car, I'm 95% certain that I've got another car in here. I need to verify it. Looks like cars, wheels, right there, upside down. Sure enough.
How deep?
15 feet deep. So we need to look right out. Well, let me look right offshore. Let me identify right where it's at and how far out. Okay, we're coming up on it right now, right here. So it's 8 feet long there. So I need to circle around it. It could just be a rock or something. May not be a car. 8 feet long. Right off of that bush right there. So let me go at this angle with it. And it's... can't tell how long it is on this one. It's the right height for a car. Yeah, come right off that bush right there. Should be coming up to it right now. Not a car. What is it?
It's a rock. It's a boulder.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that one right there.
It's a big boulder. I'm not getting anything bigger than 8 feet on it.
That right there? Yeah.
Hold on, let me go up to it. Alright, I'll go past it at regular speed. Right there. That's too small. That's not it. Definitely not a car. Wait, what about this one? Oh. Now we're creating patterns. Yeah. Alright, never mind. So these are old pits. So it's going to be deeper. Maybe 15 to 20 feet deep. See how it drops off?
Just carry the boat right on over and hop right in.
Yeah. 18 feet. That's my guess for the depth here.
I'd say you're about right. Hopefully.
Might be wrong. It's only 4 right here.
It's enough to hide a car.
And now we're only down to 2. Nine feet we're up to.
We got a tire right there. Got some cinder blocks.
I don't see anybody, any of them in the water. Still no cars. It really surprises me.
We do have a bank right here though. We don't know how steep that is. It's on the other side.
Oh, it's flat up there. Yeah. Yeah, it's still 7.5, 8 feet. And now we're coming up to 3 feet.
Want to put it over right there?
You gonna do that there?
Yeah.
Well, we still have a boat ramp down there too, though. There's another boat ramp in this slough over here that we just came up through. At the pits. So I say we go hit that other boat ramp, and then we go back to Murray, and then I found like this really sketch boat ramp. Like
I don't think it's a ramp.
It's not a ramp. No, we have a boat ramp over here. But then I found this really sketch road.
I don't think it's a road.
I would put money on it.
It could be. I can see what you're saying as far as how it began off the parking lot there.
Yeah. 100%. All right, so watch this.
I think those are drainage that was created from the flood.
Nope. It's 100%. It's a road. It is a gravel road that goes down between these two. Okay. Then look, it even has a little bridge area.
I saw the little bridge over the swamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means it's a road.
Right. Up there. It's a road.
And then it continues on. It doesn't change. The consistency of it doesn't change. It's still a road that comes all the way down through here. And yes, while there may be a puddle or two, it is not a creek. We happen to have water that comes into it and floods it. And it branches off, and you see other roads that come into it. I mean, you have like, frick, this opens up a whole nother world of dumping and other areas to actually end up with vehicles in here as well. Like you have that one, you have that one, you have that one, you have that one. we're gonna have to come back to Little Rock. Like, we can't just stay here forever. Let me continue on down this road though. I'm just gonna finish showing you. So anyway, so you keep coming down the road, okay? And then it dead ends here, right into the river.
Completely not a road.
Right in the Arkansas River. So this one brings me back to Cheryl Denise Cottrell. I'm telling you, that's a road. You also have another one, the Power Lane Road, that also brings you down there, but there's no like driving in right there. I mean, you can clearly see that multiple people and vehicles have dumped vehicles into the river right there. Plain as day. But here's the thing. I mean, if we go over there, now we're committed to all those ponds as well. We have so much area around here. Like, oh, I only planned for 2 days here. We're already on day 3, possibly day 4. What are your thoughts on all this? Like, where do you want to take this?
So my thoughts, my thoughts are, you know, we have a smoking gun, which was the bone for one of the cases.
With that, we shouldn't be down here. We should be back up above the dam.
Right, but we're just covering what we know we're in the water and have the ability to cover before we go back up. I mean, a part of me does kind of feel like we're like hitting a dead end on this, only because there's only a few main areas for boat ramps, and here in a little bit, once we cover these boat ramps right here, we would have covered them all.
Well, right now we're only going to cover one more boat ramp,
right?
Because we're going to have to put it in the trailer and move it. So now we go back to the trailer, we put the boat in.
Right.
Are we working on the 2 girls, or are we working on our other case, our other big case that we came for?
I mean, we don't have a smoking gun in that. I mean, the case that we came for, I mean, it still fits with the bone narrative, because she's way up there and back that way, like 7 miles.
Right.
You know, so the fact that she's gonna be like 20 miles, or should I say 15 miles down this way, I just don't see it when she's got so many beautiful places that she can end her life in a river, because that's what she said she was going to do. She's got so many easy access points right there.
Okay, so we need to go back up above the dam then.
And then go back above the dam. And then the back above the dam, with what we have searched, fits with the narrative. Maybe the bone came from farther up, like you said earlier. Let's just say for instance, the car went way upriver. Okay. From where we started at 2 Rivers, right?
Yep.
There's a boat ramp to the north.
Yep. And there's one to the west from there too. In 2 different rivers. One's in the Kansas River, one's in the little Mulberry or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I mean, to me it's discouraging just because we haven't found a car yet today. So I want to say, you know, it feels like we're hitting a dead end, and, you know, we're on a wild goose chase. You know, we found 11 cars the first 2 days in a very small area.
Right.
You know, so let's just keep pressing on for the day and going with the narrative of that stuff up there is closer to Cheryl, right, and closer to the bone.
Okay. But while we're here, we'll hit one more boat ramp.
Right.
All right, I'm on board. Let's do it. Sleu swamp in here. Do not think there's gonna be a car in here, Doug.
Never know, never know. It'd be nice to just run into a car, you know? It's gonna happen, it's bound to happen.
With the motor, just boop.
Yeah.
And have it be the one we're looking for? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna hit the hole we're hoping for. Looks pretty shallow in here. Yeah, it's still 2.5 feet. It has not changed. Alright, well that writes this one off. Let's go pack it up and head back further to the west, upriver, above the dam. slough, nothing was over there. So at this point we were talking about, I found this incredible dumping ground, this road, this little gravel road that goes down to the river on the northeast side of Little Rock. So it's going to take us back to the west side of the dam, the upstream side, where we have 2 to 3 more potential boat ramps to where, you know, we have two of the rivers that come together. Why is the bone in this situation, you know, down here? If the Toyota Corolla is in the river, it's not going to be down further where this sketch one is.
Yeah.
That's for another time. That's for another trip across the U.S. Right now, Cheryl, as well as the 2 girls, upriver. Yep. That's what our main focus is. So, still early enough in the afternoon, you know, 1 or 2 o'clock right now, that we still have time to move back up to a boat ramp further up the river. So we just came through this gate right here. This thing has an entire, that's old. The gate part is closed. They have gates there. But it's like a state park campground. Nobody committing suicide is coming through here with it being so public, with a campground, with a gate, with a guard station.
Right.
So that takes this one off. I'm just saying.
There's a high likelihood that it did not take place here.
Right. So I would say.
Are we writing it off completely? No, but
put it on the back burner.
With a better location to go to, yeah, we have to make the most of daylight. Right now we have like 3 hours, 4 hours left.
So coming back to Little Rock, we have no boat ramps on the south side. We moved back down to the one on the north side from downtown.
Correct.
Is our next one?
Yep.
Okay.
Which is actually in the heart of Little Rock. These few ramps that the 11 cars that we found the last 2 days were all really west, way outside of town for what we would normally come in to a city and look at.
But we started closest north from her house at the river.
Right. Correct.
For Cheryl.
Correct.
And we now have the 2 girls involved though, so now that brings us upriver though. That's why we're upriver right now. That's why we just came to check this one out.
Yeah.
Let me pull over just to. I just wanted to check to see if there's any other potential, because there was like the other little offshoot as well. I mean, while we're over here, we don't want to miss anything.
Careful.
I got it. I'm just making this red car behind me really nervous.
Her home, from what I was able to get online, was over here.
Okay.
Now, we've been searching up here because it just, looking at the map, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you're in the mind frame, you're Little Rock, you know, you down straight shot on that road right downtown, across the bridge, boom, right to the RV park. You know.
Okay.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah, they're both straight shots.
Yeah.
And we learned that everything within Little Rock is, 10 to 15 minutes.
Correct.
And she said the river.
Now going from here and then overpassing this and coming up here to where that other ramp is, I just don't see it, especially when this place over here and then Murray are so prominent.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, this one would have been an easy one because it was so secluded and quiet.
Right.
This one that we're at right now that we just left, 100% no, because
it's gated and all of that. And then you got Pinnacle up here, which
was shallow.
Yeah, and plus the area up there is just so high-end wealthy that it's just, you're not going to pass up Murray and Little Maumelle, 2 Rivers Park and go way up there. Now, if you left and went straight downtown to Little Rock, which is a straight shot, right in the heart of Little Rock, we have this main ramp right here.
Okay. I have just off of this road as we're heading back though, I have, we're going to make a left here.
Mm-hmm.
And as if we make a left, we have one other little hidden boat ramp right here that the detective was also mentioning. And this Little Maumelle heads straight down to our 2 rivers that we were just at as well.
Right.
We're right here. It's going to take us 8 minutes to throw a boat in there real quick. We're like 4 blocks from it right now.
Okay.
Are you good with us?
Oh, yeah.
Checking that one real quick?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, let's do that one real quick. So this said private. Yet it says it's a marina.
RV park.
Is it an RV park as well?
That's what it says, Marina RV Park. It is like faded away there. Mercury Outboard.
I almost
Sales
feel like
and
it's
service.
not in business anymore. Like,
That's been closed up. Yeah, that hasn't been opened in a long time.
I mean, if it was like a boat dealer that were doing boat repairs, it would be packed with boats and trailers over there right now. I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. Hey, we're doing a missing persons investigation, looking for a car underwater with a person. Do you know what the depth is of this, and like how private is this? And
I don't know the depth of it, and it just there's like 20 people residents here.
okay,
Other than that, I don't know.
all right. Any issue if we turn around and just
Oh,
pop
no,
a
no,
boat in real
you
quick?
can
And
check it all out. Yeah,
All right.
you can go all the way down and turn around.
awesome, appreciate it.
Yeah.
What about this location as far as dumping something? I mean, I would feel as though, like,
The river, this is not a river. She clearly said the river.
yeah, the river. And but I feel like if there's a car here, it's straight up just stolen and ditched.
Okay.
I would say that. It could be wrong. Could be wrong. I'd hate to waste our time.
Okay, let's go downtown.
It just appears to be more off the beaten path. You got to really come back in here, and
Very unlikely. You have people that live on their boats right here. Yeah. These people are living on their boats.
yeah, sticking with right now we're limited on daylight, so let's work the higher percentage route.
Okay.
And like you said, like the words you just used are perfect. It's very unlikely. Could we be wrong? Absolutely. But with limited time, I say we work with the most likely in this scenario. It's just a significant ramp, you know. The Murray was obviously significant, off the beaten path,
Right.
but as far as heart of Little Rock, this is it. And then we're working with a few other cases that we don't know where they went in. We don't know really a whole lot of details on them other than they had their disappearance was tied to Little Rock. So working with the heart of Little Rock, I feel like playing the percentages game at this point is probably going to lead us somewhere.
All right. I feel like we don't have very many clues to go on.
Well, we don't.
It's
And
hard.
and this is what you get anytime we don't have the family. We would love the family's involvement in all of them. However, it's some of these cold cases. It's going to happen where we have to come in and find somebody that or try to find someone without all those extra details. And the bottom line is, no matter what, you got to get out here and try. And look at the Samantha Hopper case. Jared came and worked that case without the family, and they seen the episode come out and they were like, "Hey, can you come back? We would like for you to come back." And they talked, and Jared was like, "Hey, I'm coming back." And with details and putting all that stuff together, boom, found her. Like less than an hour, found her. Her and her 2 children, missing for 23 years, 8 feet of water. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out. Link for descriptions below. But yeah, it happens. And cases have been solved without the family. So if you're not out here trying, you'll never know. But with a case like Cheryl, what we do have to go off of is there's limited rivers here in the area, really only one main stretch of river. She specifically told her husband, "I love you. You can find me in the river." In coming to these cases and seeking them out, premeditated. Like, it doesn't get any better than that for us coming into a case. Like, those specific words, like that's just this smoking gun in all this. But we're working our way down now into the city, and she could be at this ramp we're going to right now.
Over here, you have a big parking lot that goes right into the river. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
It's not even there anymore.
It's not even here now. You have barges parked over the entire thing. I think that's where your boat ramp used to be. Your boat ramp used to be right here.
It's right here.
The boat ramp?
Or right here.
It's not even here anymore.
It was to this side of the park.
Yeah, the boat ramp.
You can still see the remnants right here. It's a big boat ramp too.
I mean, I can scan underneath those.
I say we got to, man. Like they're probably, I would say between these two barges, they're sitting on at least 3 cars. But there could be a car out there too beside it.
Right. Well, and then you have the parking lots over here.
And the parking lot's right there. I mean, the only thing that's going to be hard is if this is sitting on ground, which I don't think it is. It's just snug. It's not tied up though.
You can sit on the ground. They can drop anchors.
They have pillars in there.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah,
They're tied up to these pillars loosely. They have sleeves that'll slide up and down according to the tide height.
All right. So we just want to drop the boat in right over the edge right here then.
Yeah, we just back it down all the way down to the bottom and do what we got to do.
Okay.
I feel like we're getting close, especially when you start to get into something and obstacles keep getting thrown at your way. It's just at times where maybe a lot of people will be like, hey, we can't even search here. But so what, the boat ramp is being tore down. Don't care about the barges. I mean, if we have to dive under the barges, so be it. But it's when obstacles get thrown your way defines success. Are you going to keep going? Are you going to find a solution? Or are you just going to give up? Massive flood of the century here in 2019, like massive, billions of dollars worth of damage to this area. And you see a lot of the sand displacement everywhere we've been is because of that. Then you see a lot of bank areas that have been reinforced with all this 1.5 foot rock and stuff in through here. And it's, it's been a lot of reconstruction of a lot of the bank areas. And the sand stuff is what's burying all of the cars that we've been diving on so far too, and it's just locked onto them.
So surprisingly, there is no car off that ramp. I have a tire, and because the sonar is shooting down like this, it's actually going down underneath the barge, so we can still see the bottom of the riverbed here, and the barge is not affecting us at all. And it's 35 feet here now. All right, so that is clear. We're going to do one more pass along this side here, another pass close along that one, because if the boat ramp is there, that's where I would expect something to be. But it appears as though when they were doing the bridge, scanning, cleaning up the area, they did a good job here. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go from here and we're going to move upstream. Oh, wait, we might have a car right here. Hold on, it's 35 feet down. Let's see, right there. What do we got? Yeah, I've got a car right here. I do believe, but we're going to scan over it. We're going to scan at some different angles and see if I can get the same image for us. No, it's just a debris pile around the dock there. All right, so let's go scan the barge underneath of it, both sides. All right, let's go around the parking lot. Doug says from here over that we're getting into right now is where the big parking lot is, and like we just got, like if you look at this, we just have like a lot of trees here. We've scanned off of all these parking lots, not a single car. There's one more, if you look where those cars are underneath the bridge. I want to go scan that as well, and then we'll talk to Doug as to what the next plan of attack is. All right, so one more road up here, and then we'll head to the other side and start heading back. I'm not here to figure out the how or the who, if there is a who. I'm only here to figure out the where. From there, I've done my part, and then it's time to move on. But not finding the where, that's what bothers me. Especially when we don't have the family with us, you know, at least giving them answers of, you know, like they were with us. And it's like, all right, you no longer have to look here, here, or here. All right, well, that wraps up this side here, Mr. Carson. Mr. Bishop, I got zero cars, plenty of drain pipes for you to swim in, trees to look at, barges to swim under. You never swam under a barge yet, so that leaves me stumped. Like, I want to solve every one that we go on. If we would have found more cars today, I'd be all in 100% for day 4. But right now, I'm not seeing it. We have more families to go help, or we're actually meeting up with families. Your call. You make the call. Are we staying? We go into the next family?
I mean, of course I want to stay. There's so many cases here, and there's still water left to cover, ground left to cover, right?
Right.
But we have family waiting on us, and I guess...
And not just the next family that's waiting on us. We also have our own families that are waiting on us. Like, we've already been gone for 43 days right now.
Right. And, you know, I mean, I guess what I'm hoping to come out of this, because we don't have anything concrete left to, like, say, man, we're staying another day. And what I'm saying is I hope that when people see this episode, and you know the family members in one of these cases, you know a friend and knows somebody reaches out and say, hey, we know this. We have this piece of, and we're coming back.
The clues.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need the clues.
Yeah.
And so if you do know any of these family members that we've been looking for in the Little Rock area, please make sure that they email us. Our email is support@adventurewithpurpose.com. It's down in the description down below. Also, it means the world to us that you do subscribe to us. And it's not just for a fluff up the numbers. It's about spreading awareness. Turn on the bell notification, that way you can get the next video, and let your friends and your family know about our content, so that way other friends and families, you know, can reach out to us when and if the unfortunate circumstance arises that they have a missing loved one that's missing their vehicle. With that one, until next time, we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks. Bye-bye.